cheeky boys. All right, here's the operation. So this year we built ourselves a garage. Well, we paid people to build us a garage and it's become this huge passion project. Brad is currently, actually I don't really know what he's doing right now. You good?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get that corner bit.
That toddler life, constantly losing shoes.
We're gonna do some right here.
Oh, are we in the tantrum stage? Hey, come here. What a sweet trailer. So our neighbors down the road have a farm and they have all of the gadgets. So we don't have the funds to get all the fun stuff, but we borrow it from good friends. Woo! Life of a farm boy. He's the luckiest kid in the world. What boy wouldn't want to grow up doing stuff like this? So what are we actually doing today? That's a really good question. My husband, when he's home from trips, he tends to, he calls it piddling, and he just has to work on little projects here and there. Luckily we have a farm, so there's always something to work on, always some piddling projects going on. What he's doing today is just filling in some low points in our driveway, because when we built the garage, we had to obviously join our current driveway to our new garage. So we filled in this whole patch with crush and run gravel. It's settled down in the mud and stuff, and just, you know, nature's done its thing, and so now it's kind of uneven. So he went and got a load of crush and run, and he's just filling in those low points to make it as smooth as we possibly can using our bare hands. We don't have like a skid steer or anything like that. Is a skid steer what smooths things out? Yeah. So we are just going to be using rakes and shovels to smooth stuff out, but that's part of the DIY of owning a farm. It's hard work and it's a lot of fun, and we learn a lot of things, and my son gets to play and have a good time. Clear?
Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
Painstaking and slow and a lot of manual labor, but you got to do what you got to do if you want it to look good, and you don't have the nice equipment that will do it easily for you, like a skid steer. I want one. Meanwhile, all of our goats and pigs and little baby goats are hanging out on the hill. That's Howard. He's always sleeping, I'm telling you. He's the most chill animal on the farm. Hey, what are you doing in there? Looking for baby goats? What was that? Yeah, good job! Good boy. Good cuddle. Good boy. This is one of our little kids from our current kidding season. Yeah, good cuddle, good boy. He's 2 weeks old. He is Bella's baby. Bella's one of my bottle-fed gals that you would have met in one of my previous videos, and she always has the prettiest babies. There you go. Okay. So this little guy, he already has. Okay, calm down. Oh my God, toddlers. So this little guy, he already has a forever home. I will do a more in-depth detailed video on how we breed our goats and what we breed them for and what we look for. Pretty much the prettiest ones get snapped up first. Yeah, I'll go into detail in that in another video. Whoa! She's hungry, she wants some. What are you gonna do? On here, Jack, on here. Just mayhem with the little baby, isn't it? Isn't it crazy? Oh, you're giving Bella a cuddle. Good job. A little backstory. When we moved here, my husband actually looked up who used to own this land prior to the person that we bought it from, who built our house. And it used to be owned by a family, and then prior to that it was a logging company. And yeah, once they cleared out some trees, people came in here and kind of just dumped stuff, which happens a lot in the country. So whenever we're out and about or working on projects on the farm, we're constantly picking up trash. So how we function as a family, as a couple with a toddler, is that Brad has dreams of how he wants this place to look and what he wants to work on, and he needs help talking through them for his mindset. And then also I don't know, the way my brain works, like I'm very visual, so I can see what it's going to look like, what we need to do, and tell him what will work, what won't. So we work really well as a team, but we spitball back and forth first to make sure we're fully understanding each other's visions, on board with it, help each other out, that kind of thing. And then we just work around my son's timetable because toddlers take up a lot of time. What are you doing?
Where'd Dad put his gloves, buddy? No, you gotta sit down.
Bye.
Bump.
One of my little chicks that has been raised separate to the main flock, and she gets picked on by the big ones. So when I come out here, she runs, and she's currently hiding out on my shoulder. You copying Mama? Thank you so much. That's so helpful. Yeah, that's what Mum did. All right, I'm about to pressure wash out this tray that has hardened chicken poop all over it, and we'll see what it looks like in a sec. And after, just satisfaction. Whilst I was out there with the pressure washer all hooked up and ready to go, I decided to pull the protective rubber mats out of my truck and give them a nice hose down as well. This is also very typical of what a farm day looks like. It's just little projects here, there, everywhere as you think of them as they come up. When you have time, if Brad's home whilst he's taking care of Jack, or when he's not home whilst Jack's napping, if I have the energy and the capacity to do it, then it's little errands like this. Right here, I'm filling up the self-waterer for my chickens. And this is the awkward walk that every farmer does with this dang heavy water contraption. Now I'm getting ready to head out and try a new group fitness class. It's actually in a town that's not too far away, but they are going to be opening a group fitness training facility in my town. It'll be the first one to open where I live. I can't wait. There is such a need for it. I've missed it so much. So I can't wait to go in there tonight and just give it a go and see what it's all about. Got home from that class last night, which was awesome, by the way. Like, so good to do a full-on class like that again. And then I FaceTimed my dad last night because my whole family is still in Australia and the time difference is shocking. So we chatted, which was great. Went to bed, had a huge coughing fit, could not fall asleep. Finally got to sleep, and then my baby woke me up crying at like 5:15 in the morning this morning. And then my coughing fit started again and never got back to sleep. And then here we are at CrossFit gym this morning for the 8 a.m. class. Let's go. I'm home, just got back from the CrossFit class that I did this morning, which ended up being a super heavy cardio class, lots of running. And then after last night's super heavy cardio class, my cough, chest congestion business is just so mad at me. Okay, things have happened. Yeah. Just got baby Jack up from his nap, and his diaper had come undone in his sleep sack. So he had peed through his sleep sack all over his mattress. So I stripped everything down, stripped him down. I was replacing the sheets on his bed. Whilst I was doing that, he of course pees again on the floor. Look at Jack. He's squatting down, looking at a little puddle in front of him, like pointing at it, touching it, and he's like, what's on my hands? Scooped him up, came downstairs, start feeding him lunch. Brad comes home. He was just dropping the trailer that we borrowed from our neighbours back at their house. He was able to take on baby Jack so that I could go and clean the carpet upstairs of baby pee. And now I'm putting on a wash load.
Do something to around the Edward Meadows farm the hard way. I'm trying to build like a little bit of a, get a grade to it and then fill in the back.
Stopped by the farm store to pick up some supplies. This is a bale of alfalfa for our female goats. It's got all these nutrients that are really good for them whilst they're breastfeeding their little babies. yourself, buddy. You are so silly sometimes. Get up. Up. There you go. And he's off into the woods. Get some meat for our kitchen table. Bye. See ya. See you in a few hours. Mochi, what are you doing? Yeah. I have just finished addressing all of my holiday cards to send out. Does anyone else get weirded out with the whole licking of that envelope flap? I mean, ever since COVID, licking an envelope feels like I'm breaking a rule or something like that. You know, like I'm sending them my germs. Here you go, happy holidays. Anyway, just finished doing that, and then I've just vacuumed the floors. I'm about to mop the floors. It's gonna be so clean. I did actually move all of my summer clothes up into the attic in a storage box. Oh, it makes me so happy when I do that. Every time I get to do a wardrobe changeover, rearrangement, brings me such joy. I have a teeny tiny wardrobe, just 2 hangings. That's it, that's all it is. So having all of my summer stuff out of there and put up feels amazing. I am one of those people where I thrive off a neat, organized home. If my home is chaotic, my mind is chaotic. It's part of being one of those people who likes to be in control all the time, which is also a really hard thing to let go of when you become a mum. Plus, with my husband's schedule as a pilot, him going and coming back, I have a really good routine when he's gone. And then he comes home and I have to let go of that routine, which I try really hard to do, but it's every now and then it catches or it glitches and there's just little hiccups and I'm just like, oh God, like every time you come home, you leave your dishes in the sink. The dishwasher's right there. Just put them in the dishwasher. I don't like dirty dishes in the sink. Or he'll move the mat from in front of the stove to like in front of this bench. And I'm like, no, I actually want it here and it's there because that's where I stand. And I'm the one that's in the kitchen all the time, so I don't know why you're moving my mat. Anyway, little things like that happen. And every time he leaves and comes back, I feel like I have to deal with them again. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm trying to work through it and figure out ways to just be more relaxed and go with the flow. But I've never been a go with the flow person. I've always been very organized, on top of things. I get a lot of my self-worth from being proactive, getting things done, earning an income, working a lot. Having a baby puts a stop to literally all of that. It's just focus on the baby, which I have to constantly remind myself is way more important than any of that other stuff. But it's still hard on those days when I feel like I've just sat around all day. All I want to do is go for a really long walk, put on a podcast, deep clean the bathroom, and I can't do it. I really struggle with that still as a mom. That's really difficult for me. Whereas, for example, my little sister, she had a baby and she thrived. She loved the newborn stage. Being nap-trapped on the couch was her idea of the best day ever. Whereas for me, that was literal torture. I wanted to get out of the house. I wanted to exercise, get out and go and walk it off and just like get into action kind of thing. Whereas she sat back, took a back seat and enjoyed it. And her postpartum experience looked heavenly. Whereas mine felt like I was battling it the whole time. Yeah, but today's an organized day. Stop distracting me. I got to go and mop now. And then I feel great. See you later. thank you for following along the last 4-ish days on the farm. Yeah, what is it? Oh, you want it? Too bad. We hope you enjoyed little snippets of our day-to-day life. I'll try and keep you guys updated, but other than that, thanks for following along. We'll see you next time.